uNDiagnosed Chapter 5, A Different Kindergarten. I was 10 years old when Robert Fulghum's book, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, was published. Promoting the concepts of sharing, caring, and living a balanced lifestyle, it became an instant bestseller. I've never actually read it. The title seems self-explanatory. And by that time, I developed a substantial disdain for anything new or popular that I hadn't discovered on my own. Besides, I'd left kindergarten 2 schools ago, and the person I'd been then deserved just as much disdain for all the things he hadn't known. My favorite subject had been show and tell, and for the first several months I'd brought my 2 Matchbox key cars into class and shared them. They were my most prized possessions in the entire world, and I had no idea anything was amiss until my classmates complained. They'd seen the cars before, they said. Why was I bringing the same things in every week? That was my first clue that I'd misinterpreted the instructions. Bring in your favorite toys, the teacher had said. She'd just assumed everyone would know this meant a different toy each time. I stopped participating. I didn't have other favorite toys. How was that even possible? It was during kindergarten that the first POG explosion happened. Suddenly it was considered extremely cool to have milk cap covers. There was this game everyone was playing. 2 people would agree on a number of POGs to bet and would stack these together heads up in a pile. Then they'd take turns swiping down at the pile with another POG, and any of the stacked milk covers that flipped over from the impact would be claimed as their own. This continued until the pile was gone or only 1 POG was left, which would be claimed by the player who'd flipped over the most POGs up to that point. At first I ignored the trend, or tried to, because I didn't have any POGs. But I must have been less subtle than I thought, because that year, either for Christmas or my birthday, I was given a tube of brand X milk cap covers. I think it cost $10 for 100. This was an extravagance for my family at this point in time, and I was extremely happy to be able to join the ranks of kids gambling during recess and lunchtime. That tube didn't last a week. I had no experience playing the game and lost every milk cover I brought to school. But this time, nobody laughed when I lost. They'd shake my hand, say good game, and offer to play me again. Until I explained that I was out of POGs, at which point they'd lose interest and wander off. What had I learned? What were the biggest takeaways from the first 5 to 6 years of my life, the most important developmental time in a human being's brain? It was safer to not play than to lose, safer to show contempt than ignorance, and safer to choose how people laughed at me. Also, the rules changed when money was involved. I'm pretty sure I went to a different kindergarten than Robert Fulghum.